Welcome back to Top Choice Movies Recap. Our movie for today is a 2020 fantasy comedy film titled The Witches. Thames, take it away.
In 1968, a young boy goes to live with his grandmother in Demopolis, Alabama, after a car accident kills his parents in Chicago. Gradually, the boy is cheered up by his grandmother, who buys him a pet mouse, whom he names Daisy. One day, the boy and his grandmother goes to a store to buy stuffs for the house. Then by the side, he hopped to get a box of nails, to train Daisy, and to build a house for her as well. The boy is approached by a witch, trying to lure him with a snake and a caramel. But his grandmother calls him, and the witch disappears. After telling his grandmother about the encounter, the boy learns that the witches are in fact real. She says a witch cursed her childhood friend Alice into spending the rest of her life as a chicken. The grandmother says that witches never leave once they find a child. Frantically, they decide to stay in a nearby hotel, where her cousin Eston is the executive chef. While there, the grandmother teaches the boy how to identify a witch from an ordinary woman. Real witches have claws instead of fingernails, which they hide by wearing gloves. Also bald, which they hide by wearing wigs that give them rashes. Furthermore, they have square feet with no toes, which they hide by wearing sensible shoes. They have a purple tinge in their pupils, and have a powerful sense of smell, which they use to sniff out children. The next day, the boy takes Daisy and a rope to do some training at the grand hall of the hotel. While he was walking down, he meets a gluttonous but friendly boy named Bruno, who is pulled away by his mother. The boy then goes into the grand hall, thinking he will be alone. As he is getting ready to train Daisy, a group of witches led by their all-powerful leader, the Grand High Witch, enters the grand hall. The boy hides under the stage, and so overhears the Grand High Witch planning to give the world's children a potion mixed into confectionery products that will transform them all into mice. The Grand High Witch waits for Bruno to arrive, to whom she earlier gave a chocolate bar laced with the potion. After Bruno arrives, he turns into a mouse and enters the vent, where the boy and Daisy are hiding. The Grand High Witch discovers the boy and forcibly transforms him into a mouse with the potion, before they escape. Fleeing to the hotel room, where the boy and his grandmother are staying, they tell the grandmother of the witch's plan, and then discover that the Grand High Witch is staying in the hotel room below them, and that Daisy was once an orphaned young human girl named Mary, was turned into a mouse by a witch. He, Bruno, and Mary devise a plan to get a bottle of the potion, so that the grandmother can devise a cure to turn them back into children. The plan to get the potion is successful, but since she is unable to create a cure, they instead decide to put the potion into a broth of pea soup, which will be given to the witches during their dinner. All the witches drink the soup, except the Grand High Witch, who realizes that she met the grandmother before. She was the witch who turned Alice into a chicken. While the mice steal the Grand High Witch's room key, the witches all begin turning into rats, and chaos ensues. After she and the mice flee to the Grand High Witch's room, the grandmother starts to collect all the potions to destroy them. The Grand High Witch finds the grandmother and prepares to kill her, but the mice intervene and trick the Grand High Witch into swallowing her own potion, transforming her into a weird rat. They trap her in an ice bucket and prevent her from escaping. Before they leave the room, the grandmother takes the Grand High Witch's trunk full of money and also releases her cat Hades from its cage. As they close the door, Hades attacks and kills the Grand High Witch. Since Bruno's parents can no longer accept him, Bruno joins Mary, the boy, and the grandmother to go home with the Grand High Witch's trunk and become a family. Years later, the grown boy, still a mouse, and his grandmother advise young children against the witches. Thanks for watching. Please like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.